And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes here. Let's talk about bargain shopping for a second, just for a quick second right now, both in real life and in NBA 2K22. You can find a good bargain, and your boy is here to help you do that. For instance, I found these glasses today. Look at these. These were a whole $2. Yes, they make me look like Blade's metrosexual cousin Blade, but they're kind of sick. Or are they sick? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure it will be a resounding no. Anyways, let's count down the top 10 budget cards in NBA 2K22 My Team, shall we? You know how it goes. First things first, let's do some honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1. And the reason I would say he's an honorable mention is because I think he's a little bit pricey, personally. And that's Arvydas Sabonis. I think he is a little bit expensive, but on next gen, he might be one of the best budget centers in the game, straight up. I'm highly considering buying a holographic Arvydas Sabonis. I'm thinking about it. I do have a holographic Kevin Duckworth that's pretty cool, but Sabonis is really, really good. He's got one of those uncontestable jump shots. He's 7'3". He can move decently. I personally wouldn't play him at the point guard, but you could get away with it if you realistically wanted to. That being said, for the budget tier in big men, I mean, he's probably one of the best, if not the best budget guy on next gen, straight up. But he's not the greatest on current, which I will say. Next up is a twofer in regards to the honorable mention. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about these guys, but I do want to highlight some of them. Just a couple amethyst combo forwards. Kenny Walker is one. You can get him for 1,000 MT. This dude blocks more shots, at least in a CPU capacity, than anyone in the game, I swear to God. Just playing triple threat offline and other various offline games, he swats the ball at an incredibly high level. So it's very nice to have him, especially if you're doing any block-based challenges. Other than that, for 1,000 MT, he's relatively good. Kenny Walker is usually one of those guys in 2K that's like, okay, but he's never really that good, but he's always good enough. And then the next one would be Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy you can get for about 2,000 MT, and he's basically a T-Mac clone. Oh, his price has shot up a little bit. I apologize. Yeah, his price is way up. Trey Murphy will be cheap. This is one of those guys that you want to wait on a little bit. He'll be down in price quite a bit, but you want to pick this dude up for a multitude of reasons. A, he's a very, very, very good amethyst to have. B, if we do end up having to use Pelicans players for anything, like, it's nice to have a Pelicans wing, because outside of Zion, they do not have a rich history on the wings. It's basically him and Trevor Ariza, realistically. So, but Trey Murphy himself is just a really good card to use. Like, he has Trey Burke base. They just gave him another Trey release, essentially. Real solid. Another honorable mention is a card that I'm sure majority of the people watching this have, and that is Zero Gravity Kobe. You can get Zero Gravity Kobe for not very much MT, and is he the most meta card in the world? No. I mean, he is essentially a carbon copy of the Pink Diamond one we got from Signature Series, non-signed version. He is a fun card to use, and if you've been longing to use a Kobe this year, this is the guy for you. That is why I am including him on the list, but he's not altogether that great. The final honorable mention is a card that I know a lot of people really enjoy, but I never see anybody running for some reason. But when I do see someone running this card, I know I'm in for a treat. And that is Diamond Jalen Green. I think all the focus has really shifted to another member of the shooting guard / point guard community that's going to be on this list later, Rudy Fernandez, in regards to being one of the best budget point guards. But I actually think Jalen Green might be superior to him personally. I do. Jalen Green is really, really, really good and really slept on. If you can get the Power Within version for super cheap, I highly recommend doing that. For 4,000, even less, 3,500. Yeah, that's one of the best point guards you can buy in the game for that price. All right, number 10. Not going to spend a lot of time talking about this card because I spend a lot of time talking about this card. Pink Diamond Pau Gasol. Still very, very usable. I mean, he was a limited demon this week. Like, if you ran into a team with Pau Gasol, yikes, that was like an actual difference maker, realistically, this weekend. Pau Gasol is nasty. Is he the most meta card in the world? No. He's got kind of a slower release, but he's 7 foot tall. He plays pretty competent defense. He can handle the rock a little bit. He can shoot. He can do pretty much everything you need, and he's still one of the best budget centers in this game on current gen for sure. On next gen, he's still more than usable, but on current gen, yeah. Next up, we get a card I just talked about, and that's Rudy Fernandez. Rudy Fernandez post-Evo turns into a Curry clone. He's good. Like I said, there's a reason there's so much hype on him as one of the best budget point guards. His Evo is super easy to do. You don't need to buy an Evo one. I mean, if the Evo one itself is, essentially median price, like if you don't want to go do his Evo challenge because you got other stuff to do and you don't mind paying 500 more MT, then sure, why not? But Rudy Fernandez is nasty though. Like you can add badges to him too. The only thing I will say that I have an issue with him is he's a little bit slow. 88 speed is kind of rough at this stage in the year, but other than that, he's fine. Like he turns into a Curry clone. I was gonna say a Koi clone. I feel like I've heard the name Koi Leray before. I don't know who that is, but I think that's what I was gonna say. Which I don't know who that is, so that could be bad or good, realistically. Rudy Fernandez is fine. Like he's very, very good. He can play the 2 guard or the point guard relatively well. I personally would use another guy on this list at point guard, but if you want to run Rudy Fernandez at the 2 guard, absolutely be my guest for sure. Number 8, most people have this card, so I'm not going to go into detail. But if you don't, especially if you're newer to 2K, Cam Reddish is always a 2K god. You can get him for like 5K MT. He's one of the best defenders in 2K, 6'8", Paul George release. Like, there's nothing wrong with this card. It's just that we've gotten so many wings and 2 guards recently that him and his compatriot RJ Barrett have been forgotten about already. But I still use both of them pretty often for a reason. Really, really good. Number 7 is a new card that you can get for just absolutely pennies. And that is Aaron Gordon. You can get Aaron Gordon for like 4K MT, and Aaron Gordon is fine. His release is really solid. It's not quite as good as it was with his diamond card, if that makes sense. I know that sounds weird. It's just that we've gotten so many good cards with good releases now that like an Aaron Gordon release is not going to be quite as good, even though it is on very quick. Catch and shoot corner specialist, like Hoff clamps, like he dunks the ball really well. There's nothing this card doesn't do. Like you can play him at the power forward or the small forward. He actually plays really well at the small forward, which was one of the issues I had with the diamond card is he wasn't really that good at the small forward when we got that maxed out set Aaron Gordon. But this one is solid. 87 speed with ball, and he's not the most meta in regards to dribbling. He does have shifty dribble style, but like no dribble moves. That being said, Aaron Gordon is one of the best wings that you can buy in this game for this price point. Like if you're trying to build the ultimate budget squad and have like 50K to work with, this is absolutely one of the best small forward power forwards you can pick up for that cost. No question. Next up, we got kind of a smaller point guard, but one that I have to mention because it's just crazy how good this card is, and that's Pink Diamond Chauncey Billups. You can get Pink Diamond Chauncey Billups for ridiculously cheap. 10,000 MT, he is absolutely worth that. 9,000 MT, no question he's worth that. You could get him even cheaper last week, but if you missed out on him or you just didn't realize how good this card was, 8,900 for this card is an absolute steal. Like, I'm not kidding. It is. It's a straight up steal. Like, this card, I compared him to Kyle Lowry last week for a reason. Like, this card is like legitimately ridiculous. Like, once he gets his Evo, which is just 30 points in a single game, very easy. You know, he gets improved dribble sigs and a jump shot base 98 on very quick. He gets quick dribble style. He's got like Scottie Pippen behind the back. Like, this card is stupid. This is a fantastic defender, a fantastic floor general, and an excellent 3-point hunting card for 8,000 MT. But wait, it gets better. It does. It gets even better with Chauncey Billups because number 5, you can hit him with the duo and pair him next to Ben Wallace, and it makes both of them better. And I believe it is out of position Ben Wallace, which honestly, I don't think it's really that. I would just go Ben like with the out of position one because you can run him with Chauncey as opposed to going with the power within one. Ben Wallace is easily one of the best defenders in the game, obviously out of position or power within, not the limited edition one. He's one of the best defenders in the game, if not outright the best defender in the game. And then when you pair him with Chauncey Billups, he gets a plus 11 3-point rating, which brings him up to an 85. With his release is incredibly good, and he gets like Hot Zone Hunter and some other stuff. Like, it's really no joke. Like, Ben Wallace gets so much better with this Evo. Like, he does. Yeah, he goes from a 74 to an 85 3-pointer. He gets Hoff back down or Punisher, which is like nothing. Chauncey gets Hot Zone Hunter, by the way, not Ben Wallace. So, I mean, he doesn't really get better in shooting badge department, so you are going to have to add some shooting badges, but he gets a big stat boost, and it makes him absolutely worth using. And like I said, Ben Wallace, the reason he's so low is because he's kind of a specialist card. You know what I mean? Only certain people are going to be able to prosper with Ben Wallace or certain play styles, so it's important to kind of notate that. Is he outright worse than the next card? No, I would say no, but you guys know how I feel about RJ Barrett. Gotta hype my boy RJ. I love RJ Barrett. He is fantastic in every metric. This is one of my favorite cards in the game. I've been leaning more on Ray Allen recently, but I still use RJ as my two guard. Definitely on the bench unit for sure. I even got Jason Richardson, who's my boy. I still use RJ because RJ is dope. RJ can dribble the ball. He can attack the rim. He can three-point hunt. He plays good defense. There's absolutely not a single thing that this card does badly. There's not a single thing that this card does even at a medium level. He does everything great. If you're looking for an excellent two guard for only about 10,000 MT, RJ Barrett is your guy. No question. Straight up. Number 3, he's honestly, I don't really like this card, and I've been saying it for a while. I think this card is definitely overrated, but Evan Mobley deserves to be up here. He is a legitimate 7-foot shooting guard / small forward. If you use either one of those positions as a 3-and-D cone, Evan Mobley might be the best one that you can get for under 25K. Straight up. He's massive, 7 foot tall. I like his release a lot. That's the one positive thing I will say about him. He doesn't move at all. Just know that. But he's 7 foot tall, plays a two guard, so it's kind of what to be expected. Catch and shoot, clamps, interceptor, intimidator, giant arms, limitless spot up on Hoff so he can stroke it from deep, which sounds gross now that I say it out loud. Evan Mobley is nasty. I will say, caution, he is a bit overrated. People will tell you he's like one of the best cards in the game, even though he's a budget card, and I don't find that to be true. People said he was better than, out of position AD and as good as Giannis. I don't think either of those things are necessarily true. Definitely not the as good as Giannis thing. Better than AD, possibly. Depends. Number 2. Now, this card's only as high as he is because he's really good, but there's also just no budget big man, and that's Eddie Curry. Bulls legend Eddie Curry. Shout out to Eddie Curry, dude. He's sick. He's kind of on the expensive side. Everyone kept all these Metamorphosis cards, so they're not really as cheap as they were last week. Also, these packs were terrible, which is a running theme. But Eddie Curry is nasty. He's got that Dolph Chase release, I believe. The Joe Johnson Dolph Chase. I think it's base 38. It is, yeah. So, Eddie Curry is no joke. If you're looking for a bucket. Sometimes I talk faster than my brain works. A budget big man. Look no further than Eddie Curry. He can shoot the deep ball. 81 3-point shot is what his rating is, but his jump shot is so clean. It doesn't matter, truly. He's not going to handle the rock, and he does require some shooting badges added to him. Like, he doesn't have blinders. He doesn't have limitless. He doesn't have volume shooter, clutch shooter, or deadeye, which I would recommend putting at least a couple on those. For sure, get him up to gold limitless range. It'll cost you about 5K, and I think it's worth it, personally. A 15K Eddie Curry with gold range, you don't even have to put anything else on him, is without a doubt the best budget big man in the game. It's not even remotely close. And number 1, most people should understand what the number 1 card is. So, and I'm sure a lot of you have them. It's Pink Diamond Josh Smith. Pink Diamond Josh Smith is definitely getting the tug around by a lot of content creators right now. Like, he's definitely getting sucked off for sure. And deservedly so, because this Josh Smith card is phenomenal. Plays excellent defense, dunks the ball at a high clip, good release. Yeah, there's nothing I can really say about this card that people haven't already said. I will say his jump shot is a little weird sometimes, especially if you haven't been using Josh Smith cards all year. But yeah, if you're a newer player and you're looking for an elite level wing, Josh Smith is the guy to pick up. He's about 5,000 MT, and he's worth every single scrap of MT that you would spend on him. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. I appreciate you guys. I hope you like the list. I hope it helped you make some decisions. I have stuff to do this evening, so I'm not going to be streaming tonight, but I will be streaming this week. So have a good night. Peace. My glasses are crooked.